such an amazing and fantastic poem. Thank you. One of our key partners that's made the festival a success has been the City of Vancouver. They've been with us since the beginning, supporting us with the community play, and then every year supporting us through the Heart of the City Festival. And the last number of years we've been very fortunate to have support from the city from a program called the Great Beginnings Program, which has funded our festival and a lot of other activity in the downtown east side over the last 5 years. And we at the festival are incredibly appreciative of the support. It's really meant a lot to the festival, and it's enabled us to do and to become what it is that we've become today. And so it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage Councillor Andrea Reimer to say a few words and then to accept the plaque of appreciation from the festival and the community for the city support through the Great Beginnings Program. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrea Reimer.
Thanks, Terry, and I wanted to offer a really deep thanks to Lillian and Mona for welcoming us here today, especially on 20 minutes notice. It was a really warm welcome, and I feel better for it. And also wanted to acknowledge the Coast Salish, the Musqueam, the Squamish, the Tsleil-Waututh Nations, and offer my gratitude to them. They're welcome at the All Nations Canoe Gathering. I felt that moment as well the first time. I truly felt so deeply welcome to this place that we meet on and gather on. And as Lillian said, the city has declared a year of reconciliation in the city of Vancouver. We recognize fully that this is not a year-long process, but it's our beginning of investment in a future that we feel that we can build more productively together by providing a space in this year to hear from the survivors of residential schools and their families about the deep trauma that's been, that's the harms that have been done to the community. I know here in the downtown east side we live those harms on a daily basis, but providing the space to really hear and listen to those stories is important to us. I loved your words, Steve, and I was particularly taken by the let us glance at this past if we dare, because I think that's what we're looking at with the Year of Reconciliation, but also what we need to look at in all of our communities around all cultures. It is an honor to join you here today for the 10th annual festival. It's usually I come and offer you best wishes for the festival that's about to happen, but I wanted to offer a lot of congratulations today for just the sheer tenacity of pulling off 10 years of anything but 10 years of a festival is very, very impressive. I do have an official blurb that through an operating grant from Cultural Services, additional financial support to the Great Beginnings Program, and in-kind support from other city departments such as the Carnegie Centre, Vancouver Moving Theatre has been able to create and sustain an important cultural and soulful event in the heart of the city. This support is of course supplemented by many additional funders and community partnerships, and most importantly by the artists and the residents of the downtown east side. I want to talk from one last thought, and it's a personal comment that the downtown east side holds a very special place for me. My grandmother lived down on Powell Street, my mother lived in Strathcona, and I spent 6 years living on the streets in less housing than my grandmother and mother had. And when I talk to people from other communities who become aware of this, they always assume that I must be so grateful to not be there anymore. And I'm often surprised to hear that there's actually a lot that I miss about that time. I miss the people, I miss the community, I miss the sharing, the relationships, the deep intimacy of the community here. As a councillor, it's been a real honor to be able to act as the liaison to the downtown east side planning process. And I know you know this about your community, but I want you to know that we see and understand that there's a power here that is so much stronger than the power we see in other communities. And that's that power of bringing people together in good faith around common purpose. And we see that enacted every minute of every day here, and something that we try hard to communicate and export into the other communities of Vancouver. And obviously the Heart of the City Festival is a very deep way to share that through culture and the arts. So I want to thank everybody who's involved in that process, and really looking forward to seeing some of the shows this year.